My dear students, today we are going to discuss about the functional group. What is functional group? So let us start with its definition. Functional group means any atom or group of atom that determines the physical and chemical properties of organic compound. Generally, they are present in the organic compound and we have to identify them, and according to that functional group present in the organic compound, we have to use their suffix as well as prefix as our requirement. In this video, today we will discuss that what prefix, what suffix we have to use for different functional groups present in the organic compounds. When we have to use the suffix for the functional group or prefix for a functional group. In what condition we have to use a suffix word? In what condition we have to use a prefix word for any functional group? We will discuss about that one by one. Here many functional groups are found in the organic compound. So to identify every functional group, we have to know the formula of that functional group. And then only we will be able to decide whether we have to use a prefix or suffix for that functional group. Now there are some functional groups here: carboxylic acid, acid anhydride, esters, acyl halides, amides, nitriles, aldehydes, thioaldehydes, ketones, thiones, alcohols, thiols, amines, ethers, sulfides, alkenes, alkynes, alkyl halide, nitro group, and alkanes. Here the name of functional group which is written are according to their priority order. That means if there is presence of two or more functional group, then first priority goes to the functional group which comes first in this list. So we have to remember this list of functional group same as written in the board. Then we have to talk about the formula or structure of every functional group so that we will be able to identify them in the given organic compound, and then we will be able to write the IUPAC name of that organic compound. Like carboxylic acid, the formula of carboxylic acid is RC double bond O single bond OH. In this formula, R represents the alkyl radical like methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl, pentyl, and so on. There are many alkyl radicals, and which alkyl radical is present there, that we can understand by looking the formula of that alkyl radical. As we have discussed before also about the root word, if there is one carbon, meth 2 carbon, eth 3 carbon, prop 4 carbon, but, and so on. So we have to remember that thing also while understanding about this alkyl radical. Now this carboxylic acid, as it has the formula R single bond C double bond O single bond OH. If it comes in the suffix, then in that case we have to use the suffix oic acid. But if it comes in prefix, In that case, we have to use the word carboxy. Next one is acid anhydride. This acid anhydride is actually the derivative of carboxylic acid. If we talk about the carboxylic acid, in every carboxylic acid we find one oxygen linked with carbon by double bond and another OH group linked with the carbon by single bond. If we take two carboxylic acid and we remove one OH from one carboxylic acid and from the other one hydrogen we remove, that means we remove water, and the rest part if we will connect together, then it becomes acid anhydride. And for every acid anhydride, the suffix used is oic acid. Generally, acid anhydride are always used as suffix. Now, esters. Here the esters are also the derivative of acids, carboxylic acids. That means these esters are formed when we remove water molecule from the combination of carboxylic acid and alcohol. Here you can see clearly this much part shows the acid without hydrogen, and this part shows the alkyl group of alcohol after removing OH group from that alcohol. So this ester means the combination of carboxylic acid and alcohol, but by removing water from that combination. So it is called ester, and generally from the esters, for the esters we use the suffix oat, but when they come in prefix, then we use the word alkoxycarbonyl. Next one is acyl halide. This is also an acid derivative. By removing OH group from carboxylic acid, if a halogen group is added, then such a functional group is called acyl halide. For the acyl halide, we have suffix oil halide and prefix is halocarbonyl. Next one is amide. This amide is also a acid derivative. From the acid, OH part is removed. OH part is removed, and by removing OH part, when NH2 group is added to the carbon which is connected to double bond oxygen, then it becomes amide group. And for the amide group, we use the suffix amide. When it comes in prefix, then we use the word carbamoyl. The next functional group is nitrile. This nitrile is represented by R, single bond C, triple bond N. And the suffix used for this nitrile is nitrile. When it comes in prefix, then we use the word cyno. The next very important functional group is aldehyde. Its structure is R, single bond C, double bond O, single bond H. This aldehyde, when it comes in suffix, when it comes as main functional group, then we use the suffix al all. But when it is used as prefix, it is not the main functional group. In that case, we use it as prefix, and in that case, we have to write formyl. The next one is thioaldehydes. These thioaldehydes are similar to aldehydes, but instead of oxygen in the aldehyde, there is oxygen connected to the carbon by double bond. But in thioaldehydes, there is a sulfur connected to the carbon with the help of double bond. So this functional group where there is sulfur connected to the carbon by double bond instead of oxygen, then it is called thioaldehyde. And for this, we have to use the suffix thiol. If it comes in prefix, then thioformyl. The next one is ketone. Ketone, here in ketone, the structure is like in the carbon, there is oxygen connected with the double bond, and both sides there is alkyl group. See the difference between the aldehyde and ketone. In aldehyde, there is one alkyl group and one hydrogen, whereas in ketone, there is both alkyl group connected to the carbon where there is connection of oxygen with double bond. So that we have to remember. And if ketone is the main functional group in any organic compound, then for that we have to use the suffix ONE, one. If it comes as second functional group, not the main functional group, in that case we have to use it as prefix, and the prefix used for ketone is oxo. There are other functional groups also, like thiones, just like the thioaldehydes. Thiones are the functional group where in the structure of ketone, in place of oxygen, there is sulfur. Then it is called thiol. Now alcohol. Alcohol functional group is represented by the formula OH connected to the carbon. And for alcohols, we use the suffix ol, whereas the prefix hydroxy. Next one is thiol. Now this thiol is similar to alcohol, but in alcohol there is OH, whereas in thiol there is SH. Next one is amine. See the difference between the amide and amine. In case of amide, the NH2 group is connected to the carbon, which is connected to oxygen by a double bond. But in case of amine, NH2 group is connected to the alkyl radical. Next one is ether. Ether means if there is oxygen atom present between the two alkyl groups, then it is called ether. Similarly, sulfides, alkenes, alkynes, alkyl halides, nitro, and alkane are the functional group. We have to remember all these functional groups in the same order. Now the main thing that I mentioned you in the beginning of the video is that in which case we have to use suffix word, in which case we have to use prefix word. If there is only one functional group present in any organic compound, then we do not have to think about it that what we have to use, either prefix or suffix. So generally, if there is only one functional group, then most of the functional group are used as suffix, but some functional groups there is nitro, then it is used as prefix. If there is any halogen, halo is used as prefix. But if we talk about the prefix for other functional groups, then it is generally done in case of two or more than two functional groups present in an organic compound. Suppose there is presence of carboxylic acid and aldehyde, two functional group in a single organic compound. In that case, which one comes first in the priority order? Carboxylic acid comes in the top according to the priority order, whereas the aldehyde comes in the bottom, or aldehyde comes after carboxylic acid. So carboxylic acid is used as suffix, whereas the aldehydes are used as prefix. In this way, according to the priority order, we have to decide whether we have to use suffix word or prefix word for any functional group. Thank you.